I'm sorry, what?
I'm gonna try my hardest not to complain about this. Shout out to him for also beating cancer as well. So congratulations on him for doing that. That's awesome. Uh, he recently got traded to us, the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, there's two ways to think of this. He's a very good player. I think him being wide receiver four will be outstanding. By the way, I want to address something. Why the fuck is y'all Eagles fans so goddamn quick to grow to throw away Jahan Dotson? Like, to me, that just makes no sense. Like, what did Jahan Dotson do that y'all want to get rid of him so bad? In my honest opinion, not only did he not get enough opportunities in this offense, the opportunities that he did get, which is that Giants game, which is the Super Bowl, which is maybe a couple times during the regular season last year, the preseason this year, he's doing really well in camp. What the hell did Jahan Dotson do to y'all that you guys have a lot of you Eagles fans have seemed like have like a personal vendetta against the guy like he's trash. Every single opportunity he's had, and he hasn't had many, he's taken advantage of. So to me, y'all just make no sense. Like honestly, any shortcomings that he's had were things that were completely out of his control, right? The Quez thing, okay, I get it. After a while, out of probably all the Eagles fans in the world, I probably give Quez the most benefit of the doubt until I couldn't anymore. So you guys say, oh, he's going to replace Jahan Dotson. How the fuck is you going to replace somebody who A, knows the system already, B, is actually getting good chemistry with Jalen Hurts? So you guys are not even making sense from a football perspective at all. Why the hell would I start somebody unless it's just like we're talking about anybody in the top 10. We're talking about CeeDee Lamb. We're talking about Jamar, Justin. Those guys, right? Why the hell, Tyreek? Why the hell would I trade away somebody who knows the system, is productive, so we can put in another guy we're barely going to give the football to? That shit makes no sense. Now, my honest opinion is I think this is a play for next year because, we all, as you Eagles fans already know, Jahan Dotson will not be back next year because the Eagles decided not to extend his contract. So I'm thinking this is a play for next year, and I also think this is security so that we have something stable at wide receiver four, right? But I'm gonna be honest with you. That's one way of looking at it. But if you want me to keep it real with you, I don't like this trade. And now I don't like this trade for a few reasons. Number one, that's the reason why I don't like this trade has nothing to do with how I think Mechie is as a player. I think he's phenomenal, and I heard he's like a low key speed demon. So I think as far as depth purposes is concerned, third or fourth wide receiver, which is probably gonna be the fourth, like that's just a freaking mismatch, right? Especially when it comes to the speed, right? And on top of that, if you're going to make him your wide receiver three next year, which I think that's probably what's going to happen, he's not going to cost that much just because his on the field production is not going to warrant a lot of money. Not some of it wasn't even really his fault. Sometimes it was injuries, and then again he had dealt with I believe leukemia as well. So you get a really really good player overqualified for his position, and you get somebody that already is friends with Devontae Smith. That's just a win-win, right? That's just a win-win right there. I cannot freaking talk. Okay. By the way, excuse the hair. I literally have to walk in this hot ass heat. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. But I don't like this for a few reasons. Number one, Johnny Wilson, as far as I know, his spot is safe. I don't think you can just replace a guy who is big as hell, can block really well, and actually is coming developing as a wide receiver, right? So clearly Mechie's not replacing Johnny Wilson on the roster. But I think it's disrespectful to Ainias Smith and Darius Cooper. I think when you got a guy like the Darius Cooper who produces and has been producing and very productive, the way he has been, I don't think to just throw a guy away like that. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what if he can't play special teams? We need a wide receiver for anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, and honestly, I actually like the way Ainias Smith is playing this year. I think Ainias Smith has drastically improved as a football player, and I like what he's also doing on special teams. So to give the boot to Ainias Smith and give the boot to Darius Cooper, to me that just makes no sense. But then again, I understand you're not going to keep 7 wide receivers on a roster, so one of them's going to have to go. And clearly, you can't replace Johnny Wilson because you can't replace somebody who has a big body who can block. and is tall enough where he can give you those 50-50 catches. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like it. I thought it was a luxury more than a need. Like if they would have grabbed another defensive end, we didn't need it, but I'm like, okay, whatever. If they would have looked for another corner, that would have been ideal. Because right now, I like what this guy Bennett. I like what Bennett brought to the table. Again, we got to give him some time. I like what I saw in the preseason game for the most part. We got to give him some time, but cornerback two is not the corner depth is not solid at all, right? Keely Ringo has been struggling. Adoree Jackson, I ain't gonna disrespect the guy, but he hasn't been good. Um, Eli Ricks, I think is a good depth piece. Will he be ready to start? I don't know. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. But if you want my honest opinion, I don't like this trade because we're basically getting a guy who can be productive at the very least at a wide receiver three position. And a lot of you guys say stupid shit. Oh, if he was so good, why didn't he replace Tank Dale or Nico Collins? You gotta remember this: when guys have been in a system, right, and they've already been playing, they've already showed that. What sense does it make for a coach to just sit up there and say, "Hey, now that one of our guys is back, let's take away some PT from the guy that's already been established"? It makes no sense. That doesn't mean that the player is any good or any bad. It's just like there's a lack of opportunity there. So that's all I gotta say. Obviously, this makes our roster better, but I just think to me it's a waste of resources right now because I think Darius Cooper or Nia Smith is both good enough to be able to make the roster. If you ask me, but yeah, that's all I have to say, man. I'm out of here. Peace.